My cheating sister uninvited me to her wedding. Now the whole family is against me. In this video, we delve into the intricate and often tumultuous realm of family dynamics, exploring personal stories that resonate deeply with many of us. Family conflict is a universal experience, and the emotional struggles that accompany it can leave lasting impressions on our lives. Through heartfelt narratives, we will hear from individuals who have navigated the rocky waters of familial relationships, sharing their journeys of misunderstanding, reconciliation, and growth. These personal accounts reveal the raw emotions that surface during conflicts, whether it's the pain of feeling unheard, the frustration of unresolved issues, or the longing for connection amidst chaos. Each story serves as a poignant reminder that we are not alone in our struggles. Many have faced similar challenges, and their experiences can offer solace and insight. The tone of the video is designed to be relatable and thought-provoking, inviting viewers to reflect on their own family experiences while fostering a sense of community through shared vulnerability. As we listen to these stories, we are encouraged to consider the complexities of our relationships and the emotional weight they carry. The depth of these narratives highlights the importance of empathy and understanding in resolving conflicts, urging us to approach our own family struggles with compassion. By showcasing the emotional journeys of others, we aim to spark conversations about the often unspoken issues that lie beneath the surface of family interactions. The stories shared in this video are not just tales of conflict. They are also narratives of resilience, illustrating how individuals have found ways to heal and reconnect with their loved ones. As we explore these experiences, we invite viewers to reflect on their own familial ties and the emotions that accompany them. The emotional depth of these stories serves as a powerful catalyst for introspection, prompting us to examine our own relationships and the patterns that may exist within them. Ultimately, this video seeks to create a space for dialogue about family conflict and emotional struggles, encouraging viewers to embrace their feelings and seek understanding. By sharing these personal stories, we hope to foster a sense of connection and support among those who may be grappling with similar issues. Join us as we embark on this journey through the complexities of family life, where each story offers a unique perspective on the challenges we face and the love that can emerge from even the most difficult situations. Together, let's explore the emotional landscapes of our families and discover the strength that lies in vulnerability and shared experiences. The emotional fallout from the narrator's sister uninviting her to the wedding is a poignant exploration of familial bonds and the fragility of relationships. Prior to this heartbreaking incident, the narrator and her sister shared a close-knit relationship, characterized by mutual support and understanding. They had always been each other's confidants, celebrating milestones together and navigating life's challenges side by side. Their bond was built on trust and shared experiences, making the sudden rift all the more painful. However, the sister's health issues began to take a toll on her emotional well-being, leading her to request more privacy during a particularly vulnerable time. Struggling with anxiety and the pressures of planning a wedding while managing her health, she felt overwhelmed and sought to establish boundaries that she believed were necessary for her peace of mind. Unfortunately, the narrator's attempts to reach out and offer support were perceived as boundary violations, leading to a misunderstanding that would ultimately fracture their relationship. The impact of the wedding snub rippled through the family dynamics, creating an atmosphere of tension and confusion. The narrator was left grappling with feelings of rejection and betrayal, questioning what had gone wrong in their once strong relationship. The uninvitation felt like a public declaration of her exclusion, amplifying her sense of isolation within the family. As the wedding approached, the narrator found herself caught in a whirlwind of emotions, oscillating between sadness and anger. She struggled to comprehend how a moment that should have been filled with joy could instead become a source of heartache. The family, once a source of comfort, now felt like a battleground of unspoken grievances and hurt feelings. Relatives began to take sides, further complicating the situation and leaving the narrator feeling even more alienated. In the midst of this turmoil, the narrator reflected on the love she still held for her sister, despite the pain of the uninvitation. She longed for reconciliation and hoped to bridge the gap that had formed between them. Yet, the emotional fallout was profound, leaving her to navigate the complexities of forgiveness and understanding. The wedding, which should have been a celebration of love, became a painful reminder of their fractured relationship. The narrator's feelings of loss and confusion were compounded by the fear that their bond might never return to what it once was. As she processed her emotions, she realized that healing would require open communication and a willingness to confront the underlying issues that had led to this fallout. Ultimately, this experience served as a catalyst for growth, prompting the narrator to reevaluate her own boundaries and the importance of empathy in maintaining familial relationships. The family's response to the sisters' decision to uninvite the narrator from the wedding was a complex tapestry of emotions, revealing the deep-seated tensions that had been brewing beneath the surface. Other siblings reacted with a mix of confusion and concern, unsure of how to navigate the fallout. Some expressed their support for the sister, emphasizing the need for boundaries during her health struggles, while others sided with the narrator, feeling that the uninvitation was an overreaction. This division created an uncomfortable atmosphere during family gatherings, where conversations became strained and awkward as everyone tiptoed around the unspoken rift. The parents, caught in the middle, attempted to mediate the situation, urging both daughters to communicate openly. However, their efforts often felt inadequate, leaving the narrator feeling even more isolated as she watched her family grapple with the fallout. As the narrator navigated family events in the wake of the wedding invitation situation, the emotional toll became increasingly evident. Each gathering served as a painful reminder of her exclusion, amplifying her feelings of loneliness and betrayal. While her siblings mingled and shared laughter, she often found herself on the periphery, struggling to engage in conversations that felt hollow without her sister's presence. The joy that once characterized these family moments was overshadowed by an undercurrent of tension, making it difficult for her to fully participate. The narrator felt like an outsider in her own family, grappling with the reality that a single decision had altered the dynamics she had cherished for so long. The emotional weight of her sister's actions weighed heavily on her heart, manifesting in feelings of betrayal and hurt. The bond they had once shared felt irrevocably damaged, and the narrator couldn't shake the sense that she had been unjustly cast aside. She replayed the events leading up to the uninvitation in her mind, questioning her own actions and wondering if she had truly crossed a line. The hurt ran deep, as she felt not only rejected but also misunderstood. The sister she had always turned to for support had suddenly become a source of pain, leaving the narrator grappling with a profound sense of loss. In her moments of solitude, the narrator reflected on the love she still held for her sister, despite the betrayal. Yet, the emotional scars from the uninvitation lingered, complicating her feelings and making it difficult to envision a path toward reconciliation. The isolation she experienced was not just a physical separation from her sister but an emotional chasm that seemed insurmountable. As she navigated the complexities of family relationships, the narrator yearned for understanding and healing, hoping that one day they could bridge the divide and restore the bond that had once brought them so much joy. The revelation of the sisters' infidelity added a shocking layer of complexity to an already strained family dynamic, turning the emotional landscape into a minefield of conflicting feelings. The sister had been in a long-term relationship with her fiancé, a man who had been embraced by the family and was seen as a stable partner for her. Their engagement had been celebrated with enthusiasm, and the family had rallied around the couple, eagerly anticipating their wedding. However, unbeknownst to everyone, the sister had been involved in an affair that not only jeopardized her relationship with her fiancé, but also threatened to unravel the very fabric of family trust. The narrator, who had stumbled upon the truth through a series of cryptic messages and hushed conversations, found herself in a precarious position. She was torn between loyalty to her sister and the moral implications of keeping such a significant secret. The implications of the sister's actions rippled through the family, creating a whirlwind of emotions and reactions. Once the affair came to light, the family was thrust into chaos. The fiancé, heartbroken and betrayed, withdrew from family gatherings, leaving a palpable void that was felt by everyone. The parents, who had invested so much in the couple's future, were left grappling with feelings of disappointment and anger. Siblings who had once supported the sister now found themselves questioning her judgment and integrity, leading to heated discussions and divisions within the family. The narrator, caught in the middle, felt the weight of the situation pressing down on her, as she struggled to navigate her own feelings of betrayal while also wanting to support her sister in a time of crisis. Internally, the narrator faced a profound conflict regarding her sister's choices. On one hand, she felt a deep sense of loyalty and love for her sister, wanting to be there for her during this tumultuous time. On the other hand, she grappled with the moral implications of the affair and the hurt it had caused to their family. The narrator found herself questioning how to reconcile her feelings of anger and disappointment with her desire to maintain a connection with her sister. She felt torn between wanting to confront her sister about the affair and fearing that doing so would push her further away. This internal struggle left her feeling isolated, as she wrestled with the complexities of familial love and the pain of betrayal. As the family dynamics continued to shift in the wake of the affair, the narrator realized that the road to healing would be fraught with challenges. She longed for open communication and honesty, but feared that the truth might further fracture their already fragile relationships. The emotional turmoil surrounding her sister's infidelity forced the narrator to confront her own values and beliefs about loyalty, love, and forgiveness, leaving her to ponder what it truly meant to support a loved one in the face of their mistakes. In the aftermath of the family fallout, the narrator found herself navigating a tumultuous emotional landscape, but she discovered solace and support from her friends during the wedding weekend. While the event was meant to be a celebration, it had turned into a painful reminder of her exclusion and the rift with her sister. However, instead of succumbing to despair, the narrator reached out to her close friends, who rallied around her with unwavering support. They organized a small gathering to distract her from the heartache, creating a safe space where she could express her feelings without judgment. Laughter and shared stories filled the air, reminding her that she was not alone in her struggles. This camaraderie provided a much-needed reprieve from the emotional turmoil, allowing her to feel valued and understood amidst the chaos of her family life. As the weeks passed, the narrator began to notice positive changes in her life, stemming from her newfound focus on self-care and personal growth. With the emotional weight of family conflict lifting, she channeled her energy into her work, where she experienced a surge of creativity and productivity. Her professional success became a source of pride, as she received recognition for her contributions and even secured a promotion. This achievement not only boosted her confidence but also reinforced the idea that she could thrive independently, separate from the familial turmoil that had once consumed her. The narrator began to embrace new opportunities, taking on projects that challenged her and allowed her to showcase her talents. In addition to her professional advancements, the narrator prioritized her personal growth by engaging in activities that nurtured her well-being. She started practicing mindfulness and meditation, which helped her process her emotions and cultivate a sense of inner peace. Regular exercise became a vital part of her routine, providing an outlet for stress and a way to reconnect with her body. She also explored new hobbies, such as painting and hiking, which not only brought her joy but also expanded her social circle. Surrounding herself with supportive people who uplifted her spirit became essential, as she learned to value relationships that fostered positivity and understanding. The importance of self-care became increasingly clear to the narrator as she navigated the complexities of her family situation. She recognized that prioritizing her mental and emotional health was crucial for her overall well-being. By setting boundaries and distancing herself from toxic dynamics, she created space for healing and growth. The support from her friends, coupled with her commitment to self-care, empowered her to reclaim her narrative and redefine her identity outside of her family's expectations. This journey of self-discovery not only helped her cope with the fallout, but also instilled a sense of resilience and hope for the future. Ultimately, the narrator emerged from this challenging period with a renewed sense of purpose, ready to embrace life's possibilities while cherishing the bonds that truly mattered. The narrator's experience in foster care was shaped by a tumultuous childhood marked by neglect from their biological mother, which ultimately led to the decision to place both the narrator and their sister into the system. Growing up, the siblings faced a chaotic home environment where their mother struggled with addiction and mental health issues. The instability of their living situation was compounded by frequent moves and the absence of a nurturing presence. As the neglect escalated, it became increasingly clear that the children were not receiving the care and support they desperately needed. After a particularly alarming incident that raised concerns about their safety, social services intervened, and the siblings were placed into foster care, a decision that would alter the course of their lives. The emotional ramifications of their mother's neglect were profound and long-lasting. The narrator grappled with feelings of abandonment and unworthiness, questioning why their mother had chosen substances over her children. This neglect fostered a deep-seated sense of betrayal, leading the narrator to internalize the belief that they were somehow to blame for their mother's actions. As they grew older, the pain of this realization became unbearable, prompting the narrator to make the difficult decision to cut ties with their biological mother. This choice was not made lightly. It was a protective measure to shield themselves from further emotional harm. The narrator understood that maintaining a relationship with someone who had consistently failed to provide love and support would only perpetuate their feelings of inadequacy. In stark contrast to their early experiences, the narrator found a sense of belonging and stability with their foster parents and siblings. The foster family welcomed the narrator and their sister with open arms, providing a nurturing environment that fostered healing and growth. Their foster parents were attentive and compassionate, actively working to create a home filled with love and support. They encouraged open communication and made it clear that the children were valued members of the family. This newfound sense of security allowed the narrator to begin processing their past trauma, slowly rebuilding their self-esteem and learning to trust again. The bond between the narrator and their foster siblings blossomed, creating a sense of camaraderie that had been absent in their previous life. Together, they navigated the challenges of adjusting to a new family dynamic, sharing their experiences and supporting one another through the ups and downs of foster care. The narrator found solace in these relationships, realizing that they were not alone in their struggles. This sense of community became a vital source of strength, helping the narrator to heal from the wounds of their past. As they embraced their new life, the narrator began to understand that family could be defined not just by blood, but by the love and support shared among those who choose to stand by one another. The narrator's struggle to reconcile their feelings towards their biological mother and sister was a deeply emotional journey, fraught with conflicting loyalties and unresolved pain. After years of neglect and emotional turmoil, the narrator made the difficult decision to cut contact with their biological mother. This choice stemmed from a profound sense of betrayal and the realization that their mother's actions had consistently undermined their sense of self-worth. The narrator felt that maintaining a relationship with someone who had repeatedly chosen addiction over family would only perpetuate their feelings of inadequacy and abandonment. It was a protective measure, a way to reclaim their narrative and prioritize their mental health. However, this decision did not come without its own set of challenges. As the narrator grappled with guilt and sadness over the loss of a maternal connection, even one that had been fraught with pain. In stark contrast, the narrator's sister held a differing perspective on their mother. Despite the neglect and chaos they had endured, she insisted on maintaining ties with their mother, believing that everyone deserves a second chance. The sisters' unwavering loyalty to their mother stemmed from a desire to hold onto the hope that she could change, that the love they once shared could somehow be rekindled. This divergence in viewpoints created a rift between the siblings, as the narrator struggled to understand their sister's insistence on keeping the door open to a relationship that had caused them both so much hurt. The sisters' perspective often left the narrator feeling isolated, as they felt unable to share their true feelings without fear of judgment or rejection. The emotional turmoil that ensued was a testament to the complexity of familial relationships. The narrator found themselves caught in a whirlwind of conflicting emotions: anger, sadness, and confusion. They longed for their sister's understanding and support, yet felt alienated by her choices. The narrator wrestled with feelings of betrayal, not only from their mother but also from their sister, who seemed willing to overlook the pain their mother had caused. This internal conflict left the narrator questioning their own feelings and values, as they navigated the murky waters of love and loyalty. As the narrator processed these emotions, they began to realize that reconciling their feelings towards their mother and sister would require time and introspection. They understood that their sister's desire to maintain a relationship with their mother was rooted in her own need for connection and hope, even if it conflicted with the narrator's own experiences. This realization prompted the narrator to reflect on the nature of forgiveness and the complexities of familial love. Ultimately, they recognized that healing would not come from forcing a resolution but from allowing themselves the space to feel and process their emotions. The journey toward understanding their sister's perspective, while still honoring their own feelings, became a crucial step in navigating the intricate web of their family dynamics. The narrator's experience with an abusive relationship was a harrowing chapter in their life, marked by the manipulative behavior of their ex-partner, which took a significant toll on their mental health. Initially, the relationship seemed promising, filled with affection and shared dreams. However, as time went on, the ex-partner's true colors began to emerge. Subtle manipulation turned into overt control, as the ex-partner employed tactics such as gaslighting, emotional blackmail, and isolation. The narrator found themselves questioning their own reality, feeling increasingly trapped in a cycle of self-doubt and confusion. The constant belittling and criticism eroded their self-esteem, leaving them feeling worthless and powerless. The emotional scars from this manipulation ran deep, leading to anxiety and depression that clouded their daily life. After enduring months of this toxic dynamic, the narrator finally found the strength to break free from the relationship. However, the fallout from the breakup was far from straightforward. The ex-partner reacted with anger and vindictiveness, attempting to maintain control even after the relationship had ended. This behavior only reinforced the narrator's decision to leave, but it also left them feeling vulnerable and exposed. The emotional aftermath was overwhelming, as the narrator grappled with feelings of shame and guilt for having stayed in the relationship for so long. They struggled to process the trauma, often replaying moments of manipulation in their mind, questioning their judgment and worthiness. In an effort to reclaim their narrative and take back control of their story, the narrator made the bold decision to expose the truth about the relationship on social media. This choice was not made lightly. It was a powerful act of defiance against the shame that had been imposed upon them. By sharing their experience, the narrator aimed to shed light on the realities of emotional abuse, hoping to empower others who might be facing similar situations. The response from friends and followers was overwhelmingly supportive, as many reached out to express their solidarity and share their own stories of resilience. This outpouring of support served as a reminder that the narrator was not alone in their struggles, and it helped to validate their feelings and experiences. The act of reclaiming their narrative became a crucial step in the healing process. It allowed the narrator to confront the pain of the past and begin to rebuild their sense of self. They recognized the importance of seeking support from friends, family, and mental health professionals, understanding that healing from an abusive relationship is not a solitary journey. Surrounding themselves with people who uplifted and believed in them became essential, as they learned to navigate the complexities of their emotions and rebuild their self-esteem. Through this journey, the narrator discovered the strength that comes from vulnerability and the power of sharing one's truth, ultimately transforming their pain into a source of empowerment and hope for the future. The narrator's journey towards healing and self-empowerment after the abusive relationship was a transformative experience, marked by a profound sense of liberation following the decision to share their story. As they opened up about the manipulation and emotional turmoil they had endured, a weight began to lift from their shoulders. The act of vocalizing their truth not only validated their experiences but also allowed them to reclaim their narrative. For the first time in a long while, the narrator felt a sense of freedom that had been absent during the relationship. The supportive responses from friends and followers reinforced their belief that they were not alone, and this newfound connection to others who had faced similar struggles became a powerful catalyst for healing. Central to the narrator's recovery was the importance of self-advocacy. They realized that standing up against the false narratives perpetuated by their ex-partner was crucial in reshaping their identity. No longer willing to be defined by the abuse they had suffered, the narrator began to assert their worth and demand respect in all areas of their life. This shift in mindset empowered them to set healthy boundaries, not only in future relationships but also in friendships and professional interactions. The narrator learned to trust their instincts and prioritize their well-being, recognizing that self-advocacy was a vital tool in preventing further emotional harm. This newfound strength allowed them to confront lingering feelings of shame and guilt, transforming those emotions into a source of resilience. As the narrator continued on their path of healing, they began to envision a brighter future filled with possibilities. They set ambitious goals for themselves, both personally and professionally, fueled by a desire to create a life that reflected their true self. The narrator enrolled in courses that sparked their passion, seeking to expand their knowledge and skills in areas they had previously neglected. They also committed to regular self-care practices, such as mindfulness and exercise, which helped to foster a sense of balance and inner peace. This dedication to personal growth not only improved their mental health but also instilled a sense of purpose and direction. In addition to focusing on their own development, the narrator became increasingly involved in advocacy work, using their voice to raise awareness about emotional abuse and support others on similar journeys. They began volunteering with organizations that provided resources and support for survivors, finding fulfillment in helping others reclaim their narratives. This commitment to advocacy not only reinforced their own healing but also created a sense of community and connection with those who shared similar experiences. Ultimately, the narrator's journey towards healing and self-empowerment was a testament to their resilience and strength. By embracing their story and advocating for themselves, they transformed their pain into a powerful narrative of hope and recovery. With a renewed sense of purpose and a commitment to living authentically, the narrator looked forward to a future filled with promise, ready to embrace the opportunities that lay ahead. As we reflect on the powerful stories shared in this video, several key takeaways emerge that underscore the importance of addressing family conflicts and personal struggles. Throughout the narratives, we have witnessed the profound impact that unresolved issues can have on our emotional well-being and relationships. Whether it's the fallout from a sister's uninvitation to a wedding, the complexities of navigating familial ties after a history of neglect, or the journey of healing from an abusive relationship, these experiences highlight the necessity of open communication and understanding within families. It is crucial to confront conflicts head-on rather than allowing them to fester, as doing so can lead to deeper rifts and emotional pain. Moreover, the stories remind us that we are not alone in our struggles. Many individuals face similar challenges, and it's essential to recognize that seeking support is a sign of strength, not weakness. Whether through friends, family, or professional resources, reaching out for help can provide the guidance and encouragement needed to navigate difficult times. We encourage viewers to take a moment to reflect on their own relationships and consider how they might address any unresolved conflicts or emotional struggles. By fostering open dialogue and seeking support, we can work towards healthier connections and a greater understanding of ourselves and those we love. In sharing these relatable experiences, we hope to create a sense of community among viewers, reminding everyone that healing and growth are possible. The journey may be challenging, but it is also filled with opportunities for personal empowerment and transformation. As we conclude this video, we invite you to engage with our content further. If you found these stories meaningful, please consider subscribing to our channel for more relatable content that resonates with your own experiences. Your support helps us continue to share valuable insights and foster discussions around important topics. Additionally, if you enjoyed this video, we encourage you to like and share it with others who may benefit from these stories. Spreading awareness about family dynamics, personal struggles, and the importance of seeking support can help create a more compassionate and understanding community. Together, we can break the silence surrounding these issues and empower one another to embrace our journeys toward healing and connection. Thank you for joining us in this exploration of family and personal narratives. We look forward to sharing more stories that inspire reflection, growth, and resilience in the future. Remember, you are not alone, and your journey matters.